Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on relationship frequencies, we're going to look at your in-laws. We're going to look at the energy between you, how they feel about you, how you feel about them. I do set the intention that these videos find those who need them when they need them. So if this video did find you today, it means it's meant for you. It may not mean, however, that the entire message is meant for you. Okay, there may just be part of it that you were meant to hear today. So take whatever resonates. If it doesn't resonate with you, move on. It's perfectly fine. And this particular deck, I only take an upright. Most of my decks I will take upright or reversed. My tarot decks, this particular one I only ever take upright. So we will start with looking at the frequency or the energy between you two. So what's the energy between your relationship with you and your in-laws? Please. We're looking for the energy between you and your in-laws. Oh, and there we go. That one wanted to come out. Ooh, so the Five of Wands. So this is all about conflict, competition, challenge. It can be this on this card. It says conflict and ego, competition and rival, aggression and tension. So it's about fighting. If you know anything about the tarot deck, the Five of Wands has 5 people with their wands all fighting each other. So it's basically a card of conflict. So this tells me that there is a lot of conflict between you and your in-laws. So let's see what your energy is. Whoops. 10 of Wands. That's about stress and burden. But let's see what your energy is towards your in-laws. So let's see what your energy is towards your in-laws, please. There we go. 8 of Wands. Getting a lot of wands. So the 8 of Wands is about speed, movement, progress, right? It's about moving forward fast. It can also be about communication. So I'd say your energy towards them is wanting to move quickly. So now, this could be that you're wanting to move quickly away from them, or it could be you want to move quickly towards them. So I can definitely see with this energy in between you, of all this conflict going on, these kind of battles going on, I would say this is you wanting to move towards them. You want to move towards a good relationship quickly. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for, say, peace and stability in the relationship, and you want this to come fast. You want a closeness, a family feel relationship to come quicker than it might be coming right now. And what is their energy towards you, please? We're looking for your in-laws' energy towards you. We got our card. 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups is all about different choices or using your imagination. It can be about having illusions, right? Opportunities existing. So the 7 of Cups is basically having these 7 cups that you can choose from. Some of them have good things, some of them have bad things in them, and you need to make a choice on what you want. And it can be a bit of stagnant energy where you're sort of sitting there going, oh, what do I choose? Do I choose this? Do I choose that? I'm not sure. And so really, you have this energy in between you of this conflict, you wanting to move fast, and them feeling like there's these choices that they have to make. Now, those choices can be anything from making the choice of accepting you or making the choice of cutting you and your partner off from them. We're going to need some clarification on this. So let's get some clarification on the 7 of Cups, please. Can we get some clarification on the 7 of Cups? So your in-laws are in this energy towards you of having to make choices, maybe having illusions, and Ace of Cups. Okay, so it's about new love, feelings. Ace of Cups is like a new opportunity. It can be you're using your intuition. So really, they do have a loving energy, but they're almost like in an indecisive mode right now. So there is this loving energy, and it's new, right? This is new. So what I would say is that even though right now there is this conflict between you guys, there's this conflict going on, and you want to move fast in one direction or the other, your relatives are in this stagnation of trying to make a decision towards new love. So I would say that they're starting to open up towards you, right? So even though it may feel like conflict, it may very well have been conflict. Maybe while the two of you were dating, there was lots of conflict, you still got married anyways, and now they're realizing, oh, our choices, because now you're married, our choice is we can either accept this new person into our lives, and try and make a loving, cohesive family, or we can just, no, we're not going to accept them, we're going to cut you off, we're going to have very limited contact. But I would say the choice that they are making is actually an emotional awakening. So, and maybe they're not quite here yet, maybe they're working towards it, but I would say you have this energy of trying to move forward faster, and I think they are trying to move forward but slower. And I'm going to say what you need in this entire energy is just to slow down, have the patience. Okay, there has been conflict, and we're not just going to rush forward and fix all that conflict. We need to move slower. So I think in your energy, you need to slow down, accept that it is going to be a process. Maybe you married their favorite child, and that child was supposed to always live close to home and be around to help them. But because they married you, they've now moved 2 hours away. And that created a lot of conflict. Family wasn't happy about it. But they are in this mode of they are coming forward, starting to accept things. They're coming forward towards you, starting to bring love. And you may not feel that yet. You may not even realize it yet. But I really do think that this is just time heals all wounds, and as long as people are willing to put in the effort to heal those wounds. And I think that is what's happening here, is that time is starting to heal wounds. We're going to get a card from this deck here. I just want to get some further clarification. So let's ask what the future holds in terms of your relationship with your in-laws. So right now things might be very conflicted. You might not feel loved at all. You want to move forward. They're sitting here, yeah, okay, we're still deciding how we feel about things and what we want to do. But we're starting to love you. We're starting to open up towards this relationship, opening up to accepting you, opening up to seeing the great person that you are. Sometimes people just can't see it. This is my child, or this is my brother, this is my sister. And I know what's best for them, and I don't like you just because you're there taking their attention. And it may have nothing to do with who you are as a person, right? And then as they start opening up, as they start making the decision to accept you, they do start realizing what a great person you are, and how good your relationship is with their family member. So let's see the future. We're going to ask the future. What does the future hold in this relationship? Thank you. Haha, fantasy, daydreaming, imagination. Let's get another one. What does the future hold for this relationship between you and your in-laws? Please. Woo, that one went flying. Let's see. Ooh, broken, I would say broken fantasies. All right. And that, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. What's the other? Past life. Ooh. Repeating patterns, right? So this may have happened with other partners that you're with, like your partners, other partners, where this seems like repeated patterns over and over again. What I see is the fantasy is broken in the future. So this doesn't have to be about the relationship is broken, right? I mean, for the future, we've got fantasy, right? You could take that as, oh, fantasy dream life, it's going to work out so good. And then we have broken. What I would say here is this is actually about the fantasies that they had were broken. So you can see some families who are, you're going to marry a doctor or lawyer. And now they married you and you work within construction and they just can't see, no, they were going to be a doctor or lawyer. And so now their fantasy for what they wanted for their family member has been broken, but this doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, right? The fantasy is I wanted a doctor and lawyer because that was best for my family member. That has been broken, and I now see that actually I shouldn't be looking for what someone's career is or how educated their career is. I should be looking at how well do they treat my family member, right? You can have all the money in the world because you're married to a doctor or a lawyer and they've got a ton of cash, and yet you are the most miserable person. And you could marry someone who doesn't have a lot of money, doesn't have a prestigious job, is doing grunt work all the time, but they treat you lovingly and they create a happy environment and a happy home and somewhere where you want to be all the time and where you want to raise children. And so what I'd say is your future actually looks like the fantasy of what the in-laws thought was going to happen is being broken. But again, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. This doesn't have to be that it's the relationship is broken. No, I wouldn't say that. I would say their fantasy of what they thought was best is broken, and almost they're creating a new fantasy, a new reality of what they want. Oh, I see. This person does make my family member super happy. And you know what? That's all that matters. And then they start opening up the love towards you. There becomes these new feelings, a new start to the relationship. Okay, and I think for you today, I want to get a message. I haven't used this book in a while, from our Book of Answers. So we're just going to ask, please, from this book, could you please give us a message for the collective about the relationship with their in-laws, please? And we'll flip it open. Startling events may occur as a result. I don't know if you can see that. Startling events may occur as a result. So there may be something that you don't expect to happen that does happen in here that sort of changes the relationship or breaks open the relationship, is what I want to say. So whether somebody, as a result of an event, suddenly realizes, oh my gosh, you guys are so deeply in love, this is the best thing, or even an event such as somebody's child is drowning and you go and save them, and all of a sudden that sudden event opens up this new love towards you. It doesn't have to be quite that dramatic. It could just be someone who sees you do a nice gesture for your partner and they're like, oh wow, I've never seen anyone just anticipate their needs, or ensure that they're okay, or that even that maybe it's a gesture towards your in-laws where they realize, oh wait a minute, I had these ideas of who I thought this person was, but actually they're not like that at all. So startling events may occur as a result. It will sustain you. Okay, so it will sustain you. So I would say that will sustain the relationship, right? That will help sustain a strong foundation for the future, and pitch in whenever you can. Okay, so if you can help somewhere, even if you go over for dinner and you help them do the dishes, or you see someone carrying in groceries and you go and help them, that sort of thing, I would say that might help endear you towards your in-laws, but not that you need to work to have people, to be endeared by people, right? To have people love you. You are who you are. People either love you or they don't. And unfortunately, I know everybody wants everybody to love them. It's not going to happen. We have personality conflicts. We have all kinds of things going in our lives. Some people just aren't healthy enough to ever show love, right? It's all me. And they're never going to be healthy enough to actually show you true love. But I hope this helps you today, and I hope this message resonated with you. I'm sending you all peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.